that's just lame for you, ain't got it though. Talking like you got it, that's a problem, I might let them know. Squeeze you like I'm Elsa, so my let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, head to toe. Said you got your own style, that's just lame for you, ain't got it though. Talking like you got it, that's a problem, I might let them know. Squeeze you like I'm Elsa, so my let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, never know.
Alright, what's up y'all? It's your boy DJ Richie Sky here on the Richie Sky in Real Life channel, where we talk travel, lifestyle, and motivation. So today's video is gonna be a little bit different in that I want to touch back on something that I talked about in a previous video, and that is YouTube and being a content creator on this platform. And what sparked this video was really, I was having a conversation behind the scenes with another creator that I absolutely love. She has such a beautiful spirit. I love everything that she does. And she actually came to me to ask about an accountant. So I ended up giving her my accountant's information, and I wanted to provide her with another option as well. And then, I also was thinking about it. I was like, oh, well, let me give you an option for this and an option for this as well. And, for me, I am the type of guy who I'm gonna help anybody. Everybody who needs some help and that's on this platform, I'm willing to share with you any information that I have, because I want you guys to be successful as possible. And I also don't want you guys to fall into any of the traps or the pitfalls that I fell into, as I've been growing on this platform as well. Now, for those of you guys who may not know me, I also have a news channel where I do reality TV recaps. So we talk a little bit of commentary about some news that's happening with regards to pop culture, and mostly reality TV and entertainment news. And I also do some guest correspondence work on Good Day DC here in Washington, DC. Now, with all of that being said, I really want to give you guys some guidance on some things that I think that you guys should do as you are maneuvering on this platform and as you're continuing to grow on YouTube or in any content creator space. The first thing that I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to give you about 4 or 5 pieces of advice that I just feel like would be helpful. You don't have to follow my advice. You absolutely don't. However, I just want to give this to you so that you have an understanding of some of your options as you proceed and as you continue to grow. Now, the first thing that I would tell you is to get an accountant. Please, if you do nothing else on this, like while you're in this whole space, get an accountant. Find you someone who is reputable, find you somebody who understands how to work with business owners, because whether or not you choose to, register your media business, because ultimately what you are doing in this content creation space, it is a business, and it can classify as many different types of business entities depending on how much you're making. And that is going to be in large part determined by you and your financial planner or accountant sitting down and saying, you're making this amount of money, so you should be registered as this, whether that's a sole proprietorship, whether that's an LLC, and whether that's an S-Corp. Now, here's the thing. When I first started on this platform, I was definitely under the whole sole proprietor thing. I was operating as myself. And then I quickly switched that to an LLC, because what you will learn is, and again, this is personal preference, but for me, I determined that it would be better to make sure that all of this is going under my business versus just my personal information, right? So now that everything is under your business, you're gonna wanna start to look at whether or not you want to incorporate and turn that business into an S-Corp, and your accountant will be the person who is most equipped to be able to tell you what to do, because that is also going to determine how much you are taxed, okay? So that's gonna be a big portion of this, because as it stands right now with the way that what you're making on YouTube is taxed, depending on how much you make, you could be paying a lot in taxes. Trust me, okay? This is one area where you do not want to play around with, because I don't care what you do, Uncle Sam is gonna want they money, okay? Uncle Sam wants the cash rules everything around me, baby. They want the coins and they want all of it when they want it, all right? So this is why you hire an accountant to help you make those money moves and the best decisions that you can make for your money. Because a lot of times people say it's really not that you can make money, it's how much money you can actually keep, okay? That is the key, and that's what you really want to focus on as you grow on this platform. Now, the second thing that I'm going to tell you guys is this is just my advice. I would get either a financial planner, some type of money manager, or work with some type of financial expert to help you manage the money that you do make. So your accountant is going to help you with your business designations and how you file your taxes. But your financial planner, your financial advisor, your money manager, whomever that is going to be the person who is going to help you invest your money, tell you the best places to put your money, or advise you on the best places to put your money, and sort of help you determine how you want to save your money so that it grows the fastest, or that it grows the best, or that it's the most secure. They can actually help you put your money in the right places. Now, personally, I like Morgan Stanley, but that's just me. That's just one of the plethora of options that you have at your disposal. It's just really about finding someone that you can trust to help you manage your income, because you will want to put those funds in places where you can grow that income, okay? And you also want to have places where you can actually put money that you're actually going to save for taxes as well. And sometimes you can put that money in places where the money will grow so that it's helping to pay those taxes because you put it in the right places, right? And the third thing that I would tell you is something that I'm learning now is to connect your financial advisor and your accountant so that you guys can begin to work as a cohesive team to really determine what you're going to be paying in taxes, how you're going to file for retirement, you know, what are going to be the best options if you're married or if you're single, you know, what do those things look like? And when you have your team working together in tandem, I'm telling you, things will work so much smoother because everyone will be on the same page. Everyone will be on one accord. And the other thing that I will tell you is, I don't know if this is 3 or 4 at this point, but I would hire a bookkeeper. It's one thing because your accountant is going to manage your taxes. But if you are like me and you do not feel like getting into the weeds and into the muck and the mire of your spending, then my best suggestion for you is to hire a bookkeeper. This is also something that you can possibly write off, but again, talk to your accountant because I am not an accountant and I am not a financial advisor. So, but I'm just telling you what I would do if I was in your situation, right? And what I'm doing, right? So for me, you know, what I would recommend if you don't know who a good bookkeeper is, I would talk to your accountant or your financial planner to find someone who can manage your receipts, manage your spending, manage your business account, manage how much you're paying yourself. You know, you want to have someone who can manage all of those things for you so that you can focus more of your time on creating what you want to create, okay? Now, I do know that QuickBooks has a bookkeeping service that you can pay for. And if you are using QuickBooks as your method of managing your finances, your payroll, it keeps everything all in one place. And then all of that information can just be passed on to your accountant so that when it is tax time, it's a lot easier for them to file your taxes because everything is all nice and everything is in a nice and pretty package because your bookkeeper has organized everything for you so that all of those files can just be handed over to your accountant. And let me tell you something, this is going to be so helpful because it's going to take so much work off of your hands. And don't be afraid to invest and pay for these services because ultimately you don't want to be doing this work. You do not want to be in the muck and the mire unless you enjoy organizing and managing receipts and payments and all that kind of things. I don't want to do that. So for me, it's better to hire someone who can get the job done, okay? So now you have all of those things working in tandem. The last thing that I'm gonna suggest for you guys to do is to diversify, okay? You are a content creator. However, typically content creators are relegated to the rules and regulations of the platforms that you are putting your content on. So let's say, for instance, you're either putting your content on YouTube, you're putting your content on Instagram, or you're putting your content on OnlyFans. Now, one of my suggestions is also going to be to you, and this is actually not the final suggestion, but if you want to have multiple streams of income when it comes to content creation. And the reason I say that is because should anything change with any of those platforms at any point in time, because they are not yours, then your content can be out the window. So my advice is for you to try to find ways to either own your own content by, you know, slowly and steadily trying to build your own platforms. And some of you may never want to get off of YouTube, or you may never want to get off of Instagram, and that's fine. However, in that instance, I would definitely tell you, you need to diversify and have some other streams of income that are pulling in income from other places, so that you're not solely reliant on the one platform, because again, it's theirs. They can do whatever they want, right? So here is actually going to be the final thing that I'm going to suggest for you, and I've talked about it in another video. You know, I personally would trademark my name and my brand if I were you. I don't care how new you are in this space, I would go ahead and start that process, because right now it's usually taking about 6 to 12 months or more for the trademark process to actually go through within the government. And I'm not sure if that's because of the pandemic and things are just slower, or if that's the normal time frame. However, I can tell you that it's a good idea to own your name, so that at any point in time, if you want to change direction, you own your content and you will own the name that is associated with that content, and it is yours. And there is no better feeling than owning your name. Let me tell you, no better feeling. And do not be alarmed when it takes you about a year to get this done, because ultimately it is going to pay off in the long run, because you don't want to be hustling this hard and not own all of the stuff that you are creating, okay, under your business name or the name of your brand. All right. So those are a couple of things that I did want to tell you guys about in this video. I know we kind of went a little bit all over the place, but I really wanted to tell you guys to get yourself an accountant, get yourself a financial planner, connect the two of them, okay? Diversify your streams of income, and also trademark your name. And if I forgot anything else, it's all mentioned in the video. But this to me was really urgent, because I just want to see other creators win, especially because I know how hard it is for us to get this content together, and I know how hard we all work to get this stuff out there to people, because we want people to enjoy it, and we want to be able to keep this going for as long as we possibly can. So those are my tips. If you are, you know, out there and you're a content creator and you're struggling, and if you have other questions, please let me know. I do have an ebook that's listed down in the description of this video, so that you guys can actually read my story and how I started on this platform and some things that I would suggest. But otherwise, if you have other questions, definitely hit me up in my email. I'm always happy to help as much as I possibly can. And with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video.